I'm Tomas O'Leary. Let's see, I got an MFA somewhere. What was that? UMass 71. I'll just open with a poem here. Title poem of my most recent book, A Prayer for Everyone. Blessed are the absent, for they are not here. Blessed are the near at hand, seem to be. Blessed are the damned, for both are born to blessing. Blessed are the best and the worst, the wisest, the most foolish. Blessed have fallen, the risen, the reverent, the ghoulish. Blessed are the good, the bad, the having, and the had. Blessed are the graves of the living, the mansions of the dead. Blessed are the wretched, the sovereign, the suffered, the expelled. Blessed all the realms we remember, realms we forget. Blessed every landfill, every hole. Blessed the souls in heaven, the souls in hell. And blessed the beginning and the end. And blessed, ever blessed, thrice blessed, the unbegun and never ending. And blessed, ever blessed, the blessed and the unblessed. May all find rest. This is my first book. By virtue of the excellent existence of Link's House Press. Its mavens and Christopher Howell, who has caused it to survive and flourish with his genius over the many years. Anyhow, here's a poem out of Mexico. I remember reading this very recently. Yeah, I hadn't read it in many ages, but Chris prevailed on me, I think, and so now it's in my head. And it's called "Harboring the Despised." It was a misadventure in Mexico that had to do with dogs. As I was coming down with death, I drank hot rum with honey. Drunk, I walked out to assess the wealth of one late night in Mexico. The air was in its beauty, and the stars stayed dog-like at their posts. I played a lizard trick and stood death still and drank the garden in until the bronchial earth could turn faint sweetness into fire and drug my senses further. Then a walk was what I wanted, so I walked. Midway, the mile-long cave of trees between my cottage and the bridge tuned in its utter darkness on a band of star-mad dogs that had been cowards all their daylight lives, while I, grown up to beat my eyes with branches from the tree of fear, shot blind roots down and sprouted rags. This lockjawed mortal, mocking tree and beggar in my darkened brain, fed the dogs a food of broken light. They marveled at their master. I lay down dead, and they began my last good meal without me. So it went, that night that had begun so simply in my ailing lungs. Slowly I backed away from all the dogs intended, throwing stones as invented, swallowing phlegm, and almost drunk again. There is no sequel to this story, which is a true one. I returned to more hot rum, built up the fire, and by it ground my useless teeth. Towards dawn, a human strangeness stalked and stoned me. I fell by the river. I know it, see, and I was looking for the lines, and I couldn't find them. No, but I said it all right. It's okay. Okay, and here's another poem from that same little stretch of road that happened in that poem. But different book, see. Also Link's House. It's called Portrait of Alvarez. Alvarez was an undertaker in the town, Pátzcuaro, that I lived in for a time. I'll just say it, shall I? Yeah. Runs to an image that ultimately in the poem occurs on the water. And it's the image that is the blood beast you'll hear about in the course of the poem. The undertaker Alvarez, virile in his late 50s, spikes mortality with tequila, nails down sex and saying, "They're the wings of the wild bird that bears us far from circumstance." Wife and worries horns upon his head, although she holds his baby son and minds his busy telephone in the showroom of coffins, black and long, or white and measured for a child. In on up my heart to a sadness so profound, I feel the pinch of depression in my brown shoe. As lonely keeper of last door, in this large mountain pueblo, where death and sex visibly beat the air with equal freedom, Alvarez rings his eyes with work, his sign in shouts day and night. Across the bridge from Alvarez, pigs die today, their madly human cry clawing a world of slaughter, whose stucco wall bleeds freely rain sea waters itch. And once, in the spell of Alvarez, as we sunset on the bridge, I saw that blood beat last bleeding leg of light into the sluggish stream. This is really short. It's called The Underwho. Not much on arms we don't know, within fractions of knowing we do. We conspire with bright lights to create a great show, and the rest is the Underwho. The Underwho hungers in for meals of false moment, to daunt us away from plain being, the broad or narrow moment of truth, when the bright lights haunt us. Thank you.